A Nakuru court has set the date for a crucial court case that threatens the access to health services of thousands of patients and the fate of workers at two state-of-the-art hospitals in Kenya. Court documents seen by KTN indicate that a Catholic missionary is fighting to retain the two hospitals, St. Mary's in Elmentaita and St. Mary's Langata, that Catholic nuns in Nairobi have also laid a claim on. KTN's onsarigo looks at the leads before a Nakuru court ahead of what promises to be a long, drawn-out legal battle.
It was only last week that the magnitude of a court battle over the ownership of two hospitals between a Catholic missionary and his one-time fellow Catholic nuns emerged before a Nakuru court. Cardinal John Jewel lost a battle to stop an ongoing trial in which Dr. William Frieda has filed a suit claiming ownership of the two multi-million shilling mission hospitals. The head of the Catholic Church in Kenya had wanted the court to strike out the lawsuit. The court, however, maintained the lawsuit should go ahead. Away from the Nakuru court ruling is a serene environment where the state-of-the-art hospital that has now been thrust into the limelight stands. The hospital is built on a 40-piece acre of land. St. Mary's Hospital in Nairobi sits on an expansive and prime property. The two institutions are now under the court's scrutiny. When we visited Dr. William Frieda's house in Elmentaita, where the second hospital has been built, we were met by an administration police officer, a man of the cloth under the protection of the police. The priest, we are told, has been attacked twice in the last 5 years. The administration police officers are permanently stationed here. Court papers seen by KTN's court team paints a picture of a protracted legal tussle between the missionary doctor, who has since been stopped from conducting church sermons, and a group of Catholic nuns based in Nairobi. The Assumption of Sisters have accused William Frieda of harassment and intimidation. The Assumption of Sisters also claim the Catholic missionary doctor has presided over financial improprieties. Dr. William Frieda, the soft-spoken American citizen, does not want to be drawn into the court battle.
St. Mary's is not a collection of buildings and equipment. St. Mary's is really a story of people. So many people who of goodwill, both donors from Europe and the US, as well as the bright young Kenyans that have come together to make this community.
The community William Frieda speaks about is a group of young men and women who helped set up the two hospitals. Some of them were in their early 20s.
What we do, the way we do it, is aimed at what lower income persons can afford and maintain.
When we came here, it was just, full of Maasai cows and some wild animals. And we started this hospital, slowly by slowly, and it came up. So the place was so dry, there was no water. When we started it in Nairobi, when we were there, we started, when we came down here, when we opened the hospital, there were days that we didn't have patients at all. So all we did was see the few patients in the morning, and then in the afternoon, put on gumboots, put on, the farm clothing, and we would plant grass, plant trees around.
In sworn affidavits, William Frieda maintains that he was the man who bought the land and built the two hospitals. The missionary doctor says he invited the three Catholic nuns to hold the land in trust. The missionary doctor was not allowed by law to own property. The Catholic nuns, on the other hand, maintain William Frieda was invited into the idea of buying land and setting up the hospital facility, and his services were mostly those of seeking for donor funding. In a battle to control the land and property on which the two facilities stand, Father William Frieda has tabled documents that suggest the two St. Mary's hospitals are not the property of the Catholic Church, but in fact, the two facilities are owned by St. Mary's Mission Hospital Limited Company. Friday accuses the Catholic nuns of entering into a memorandum of understanding with the Catholic University, where they propose the setting up of Regina Pacis University College. The Ministry of Lands awarded Cardinal John Jewel and the Catholic nuns a certificate of incorporation for Regina Pacis University College. The nun and the cardinal have been listed as Board of Trustee members of the University College. In an article carried in our sister publication, The Nairobian, Cardinal John Jewel said he had nothing to do with the property tussle involving William Friday and the Assumption Sisters, drawn from the Catholic Church. Samuel Njenga, who joined the hospital community as a security guard, is not aware of the ongoing lawsuit in Nakuru.
I started with catering. I was a cook. Later I was transferred and taken to security. I've been a security guard for about a year and a half before I joined University of Nairobi.
The facility offers cheap medical care, has a learning institution that has rolled out midwifery courses for nursing students. John Kasina, a theatre technician, says the ongoing court cases should come to an end soon.
Our aim was to start an institution which was going to help ordinary Kenyans. I would say I'm really longing for that end, because this kind of fighting within the institution has really pulled the development back.
The hospital facilities feed both the patients and the staff. One sports several cows on the campus. Those who tend to the livestock here are allowed to sell part of the milk. They are not paid.
St. Mary's is a Kenyan Christian community focused on medical ministry in service to lower income Kenyans. We are now in actually the second generation of Kenyan staff. Some of the little children are now staff members.
The Catholic priest has since been suspended from priesthood and society over this court tussle.
We want to be remembered for bringing together bright young Kenyans around this new model and seeing them blossom with it. That's the important thing.
Yeah, it's in their own interest to really...
Whichever way the court case goes, the American citizen who now remains suspended from priesthood and society is staring at an outcome of a long drawn-out battle to stay in Kenya and keep what he maintains he created. The court battle enters a crucial stage in August. Onsarigo, KTN.